So I just want to tell you a little bit about Nettles and the message that Nettles can give to us right now at this time of the equinox and the new moon. We know that Nettles is deeply, deeply nourishing. It is one of our most nourishing plant medicine food herbs that we have. And so I really feel like Nettles is calling to us to, in this time, really pay attention to what needs to be nourished, what we need to tend and feed in order to let it grow in the next growing season, right? We're moving towards the dark season, the season of rest, and the season of deep nourishment. And so this is a time of year when we can really nourish ourselves and rest and give ourselves that time and space for that kind of gestation and tending that we need in our lives, both emotionally, physically, and spiritually. And so the questions, what needs nourishment is really important to ask ourselves with this question, with this ally as well. And Nettles is really intense, right? It has those big stinging hairs, and they sting your hands when you brush up against them unwittingly, and it itches for days afterwards, right? So the question again with Nettles is, what is irritating, what is troubling, what is challenging in my world right now that needs to either be shed or let go or transmuted. So this ally, especially with this particular card, it has the snake, the serpent, and the butterfly, both of which are really important allies of transmutation. Think about the butterfly. It changes and transforms completely. The caterpillar dissolves into soup within the chrysalis and then emerges into this beautiful butterfly. And so we're moving into that chrysalis place, that soup place, where we are all dissolved and changing and transmuting and transforming. And snake, the serpent, we can think about those snakes that are venomous, that would bite with a poison, and that we as healers, as magicians, as earth people, shamans, whatever we call ourselves, we can transmute the poison of venom into our power. And so, looking at this ally in this time of year is what are the things in our lives that need to be transmuted? What are the things that have been irritating or troublesome or stinging us in the wrong way, like giving us a real lesson, whack on the head of paying attention, of noticing. And so then we can take that challenge, that situation, and transmute it, transform it into its next phase, which is medicine, power, and nourishment for ourselves. And so as we're moving towards the dark half of the year, I invite you to ask these questions and work with Nettle as an ally for learning about transmutation and deep nourishment. And also paying attention to the fact that, sometimes we have to go through periods of discomfort to get to the deep core and sweetness within. So the Nettles is deeply, deeply nourishing, right? But we have to go and work with that stinging part of it before we can harvest its medicine. And so, it's easy to use gloves to harvest your nettles, but practice going out and collecting your nettles barehanded and really paying attention. And I find when I pay attention to what I'm doing and really giving the nettles the presence that it's asking, I don't get stung. So presence and attention, really, because there's something sweet underneath all of that. So that's our message from Nettles for the equinox and the new moon.